Hi everyone, I've got something to share with you tonight. So I'm super excited again. I've recently been watching a lot of the YouTube channel Simple Living Alaska, and we've had so much inspiration from these guys. You know, they might be a long way away and have a completely different climate to us, but it's given me so much inspiration for the garden, cooking, preserving, all kinds of different things. But one thing that I really wanted to try again, that I've already tried here on the Smallholding and didn't quite like, is sourdough. So when we first moved in, literally within the first day or two, I tried to create my own sourdough starter, spent weeks looking after it, and it just basically, it worked okay, was fairly active, and then we didn't really like the taste of it, to be honest. Many years have gone by now, so we've just actually celebrated our 5th year of moving into the Smallholding, and I've decided that what better time than now, to 5 years on, to try this again. What I have decided to do is, instead of creating the starter myself, I've purchased it off Amazon from a company in the Lake District, which is about an hour and a half away from where we are here in the northeast of England. I'm really excited because it takes the hassle out of creating my own starter. And also, this is from a 40-year-old batch of sourdough, so they continuously feed it and keep it alive, and it's been kept alive for the last 40 years or so. And that, it should also bring much more flavour to the bread and to the starter. So I'm really excited about this. So on the advert, there's an mason jar, but it does actually come in a bag for ease, a vac-packed bag. So it doesn't look very exciting, looks a little bit disappointing if you're expecting to get some starter in a mason jar. Don't. I will leave the link in the show more section below of the video to where I got this from, in case anybody's interested. Okay, and it also comes with some instructions. So I'm going to quickly take you through what I'm going to do. And I just wanted to share this journey with you. I mean, this for me is really exciting. It's a brand new adventure. Something nice and cheap. So this, as many of you who are watching this might know, we're actually on a grocery challenge at the moment. This is not coming out of the grocery challenge. This is coming out of a separate budget that we've got to help things on the Smallholding. So seeds and things like that will come out of that budget. So it's not affecting that budget, in case anybody's wondering. This was £8 or £8.95. So I hope that I get my money's worth from it, and I just thought I'd do a little video so you can see if I do. So for the starter, you need to either feed it daily or twice a week if you keep it in the fridge. And according to this, it's very old and mature, and feeding it and looking after it should be easy, and it should be very difficult to kill. So I don't know when this guy was last fed, and I don't know how hungry he is, but we're going to feed him now, and I'm going to put my phone on the time-lapse option and keep an eye on what's happening. So it's saying when you receive it, feed your sourdough straight away with a little bit more flour to water ratio. For example, your starter's thickness should be like a thick toothpaste. If you will only be baking with it once a week, then you may refrigerate it and feed and refresh it before baking. So the right conditions for sourdough: warm room temperature and a consistent food supply. You'll probably require 2 to 3 tablespoons of starter per 400 grams loaf of bread. As a base, they recommend to store 200 to 300 grams of starter in your fridge. The simple rule is, if you take out 3 tablespoons of starter, feed it with a similar amount of water and flour. Leave it in a warm place for 12 hours, then pop it back in the fridge. Any flour is fine, but apart from non-gluten flour. Obviously organic is best. Okay, so there's some recipes and some more information there. I'm not going to bother with that. Because we're only going to be using this probably once a week, I don't want to make a massive amount of starter and then have a massive starter to continuously feed. So I saw on Simple Living Alaska, Arielle was saying that's why she keeps a smaller amount of sourdough starters. So I'm going to take her advice, and I'm going to pop this starter into here. Doesn't look like it's going to take up very much room at all. And then I'm going to feed it, probably just starting off today with 50 grams of flour, maybe 60 grams based on what that's just said, and about 40 to 50 grams of room temperature water. And I'll see how I get on. If that doesn't work, then I'll add some more in later, but I'm not in a rush to do this. And again, I don't want to make a huge amount of starter. We just want enough to be able to give us 1 to 2 loaves a week to start off with anyway. Okay. Let's try not to waste any. So this as well, it's kind of helping us on our journey to not buy in yeast. Oops. I can't think that I'm going to end up doing this super quick because it might take me a while to get to grips with it, but that's okay. We'll just do our best. Just grab these scales. I've actually grabbed some wholemeal flour that I use for bread. This is not going to work very well. I don't know about you, but it's a strange weighing liquid. But anyway, so we're looking for about, there's 45 grams. Okay. And now, I'm just going to put these in here. God, I hope I haven't broken it. That was a mix of strong bread flour, white strong bread flour, and wholemeal flour. There we go, done now. Need a spoon. It smells that yeasty smell. That sounds awful. So this is it. This is now, I'm going to put the camera on time lapse. I'm going to video what happens to it, if anything, until I go to bed in a couple of hours. And then I'll come back to you at the weekend when I use this and tell you how I get on. Okay, change of plan. I wasn't really prepared to do this video tonight, as you can tell probably. The starter is now here above the Arga on the shelf that I usually use to prove my bread. I haven't got enough battery on my phone to do a time lapse for a long time, so I'm going to leave that there for a couple of hours to see how it gets on, and then I'll probably move it over to the shelf where I keep all of my some of my dried goods. We'll check back in and see how it is shortly. So that is actually it for tonight's video. It is just a short one. I wanted to let you know what we were doing on the Smallholding. If you've got any tips on sourdough starters, what recipes I might be trying, anything at all, please let me know. Can't wait to see how this works out, and stay tuned for next time. Bye.